Welcome to Subramani. I'm doing this series of investments for young people. So, let us say you've just started on your job, and the first thing when somebody says invest, your immediate reaction is to say, in such a small salary, how much can I invest? Let us say you started on a salary of 3.5 lakhs, which is not bad at all for a fresh engineer or whoever. And you will be able to invest about say 2000 rupees or 1500 rupees depending on where you stay. If you're staying with your parents, there is no reason why you can't invest at least say to 5000 rupees, because you can't be spending too much. But let us say first 2-3 months you go and spend, you buy a gift for your parents, you buy a gift for your friends, and you throw a party, all that goes away in 2-3 months. So it is customary to say you should start saving the day you start earning, but it doesn't happen. None of us did it. We are giving you gyan that you should do it. It is not going to happen. So let's say first month, 2 months, 3 months. By the end of the third month, you are now ready to invest, and you start investing. You know how to invest. Your father has helped you. Your mother has helped you. Whatever, and you started investing. Now in the US, there is something called a 401k plan, which means for every rupee that you contribute, your employer also contributes a percentage. Normally it is 100% up to a level, and then it may be 50%. But that comes as completely a gift, and therefore there is no reason why you should miss out on the 401k plan. Whatever you can invest, $100 a month, $200 a month, whatever you can invest, just start. Starting is more important. Now in India, it is in many companies it is voluntary whether you want to shift whether you want to take the provident fund. I would think you should take it, simply because a portion of your money being in debt is anyway good. But if you decide that you don't want provident fund and you have opted out of it, then at least to that extent 10% of your income, which you would have otherwise lost as PF, at least that you should start investing. And in this case, I recommend to parents that when your child starts investing, let's say your child starts investing 3000 rupees a month, you parallelly open another account with your child as the first name and you as the second name, and keep contributing to it. And you tell your children that end of 5 years, if the amount accumulated is X, I will contribute another X into this fund, right? Two parallel funds, one in which your child is investing, one in which you are investing for the child. Both are in the child's name. Here the money is coming from the child's income when the child is doing it. Here it is the same, it's the child and you, but you are the second holder and you are a joint holder or either or survivor, and you are telling your child, look, for every rupee that you put, I am also going to put, and once in a while, maybe after every 5 years, I am going to give you a bonus. If after 5 years, if I find there is 2 lakhs lying there, I am going to add 2 lakhs here, right? Apart from the 2 lakhs which is already there, I am going to put another 2 lakhs. These are very nice ways of incentivizing your children into saying, okay, these are ways. You're doing a 401k plan for your child at home, or you're doing a PF kind of a thing for your child at home. There is no tax implication, nothing till you give away the money, and there is going to be no clubbing because your child is a major. So this is the tax aspect. So keep growing it. When should you give it to your child? Give it to your child at the child's marriage. You give it when the child is buying a house, or when the child wants to make a down payment for a car. You can use it wherever. Or you can say, I will not give it to you at all. I will give it to you only at the time when you have a child. So that is at least 10 years, 12 years, 13 years away. Or you say, okay, let it accumulate, doesn't matter, don't touch it, we will use it for your retirement. So at 45, 50, this has grown very well. You've stopped contributing because you've retired, but the kid is now 45 and this has grown very well. And the kid knows that this is available for his or her retirement. That is one way to use it. So saying that I don't have money and is ridiculous, because this is a time when your life is not complicated, and there is one amazing government subsidy which is available for people earning under 6 lakhs. That is the Pradhan Mantri subsidy for buying a house. Go ahead, buy a house. I am not a big advocate for buying houses, but then if you're getting 2.5 lakhs as a subsidy from the government for buying a house, why not take it? So go and buy a small house, maybe 200 meters or something is the limit. Go buy the house, borrow money, right? You will learn how to borrow money and how to repay. and take a loan for whatever 20-30 years, because you're going to buy a small house. You're maybe not going to live in it, but you're going to at least buy it because you're getting the subsidy. Take the subsidy, give the house on rent, use it, whatever, and keep it. And after 5 years, 10 years, you may be able to sell it and buy a bigger house. Is this a very sensible thing to do? No, not from an ROI point of view, but yes, from an ROI point of view, because 2.67 lakhs out of that can come as a subsidy. So if you buy a house worth say 10-11 lakhs, and 2.7 lakhs is the subsidy, or 2.67 lakhs is the subsidy, because you're earning less than 2.5 lakhs a year, or whatever is the limit. Go and have a look at it. I don't know the details. So therefore it makes it very attractive. Now it is not attractive to buy a house just because you're getting a subsidy. So if it was a government subsidy of 2 lakhs and you were buying a house for 2 crores, then it will not matter at all. The ROI doesn't change, it does not move a needle. But if you're buying a house for say 12 lakhs with a loan of 5 lakhs or whatever, then the total equation changes, because suddenly you get 2.67 lakhs or 2.5 lakhs, some such limit on as a subsidy, and that changes the ROI completely. As a parent, you can support by saying, okay, we'll help you make the down payment, and this is what you do, right? So what happens is you put the discipline of paying an EMI every month for an asset which may or may not appreciate so much. There's no great ROI based on without the subsidy, but because of the subsidy that happens. Second, it forces you to invest regularly, or rather save or pay an EMI regularly, because it is an EMI and you have to pay. At least in case of an SIP, you know that once 1 or 2 months, if you skip, it doesn't matter. But make sure that your parent can afford to pay the EMI, because anything could change. You could stop earning because you're going abroad for studying, or you're going to study in India. You got married and you have to leave your job, you got pregnant, and you need the money. Then somebody else has to step in because you're taking a 20-30 year loan. But it is also possible that you've taken a 20 or a 30 year loan just because you wanted some ATC benefit, and you have enough cash anyway in other places where you can take and immediately pay off. Or you may sell off the house after 5 years. So all those possibilities exist. But this is a nice way to encourage children by saying, for every rupee that you contribute, I will also contribute, or saying, I will use this sum of my money to make a down payment, go borrow money and buy a house under the government subsidy scheme. That is the other possibility. But don't delay making your investments. And when you are taking a loan to buy a house, make sure that you take a term insurance which covers just in case something happens. So learn to do all this. And don't ignore the amount because it is small. And I've said this a million times in various videos, and not only me, everybody tells you this. When you're 22, the power of that money, making that money from just ordinary money to super money at the age of 60 is going to be superb. The power of compounding takes over. So wherever you invest or repay a loan or whatever, so you've taken a subsidy and therefore the loan amount has gone down. You took a 10 lakh rupee loan, or on a 12 lakh rupee house, you had 2 lakhs, or your parents contributed, whatever. Because at 23, 24, it's not easy to find 2 lakhs to invest. You may have earned 2 lakhs, you may have given tuitions or done whatever, but you may not have 2 lakhs cash to invest. So that's fine. Your parents give it to you. You make that investment, buy that house for 12 lakhs, take a 10 lakh loan, get a 2.7 lakh or 2.6 lakhs or 2.5 lakh subsidy, and then start repaying the loan. That's perfectly all right. The ROI goes up simply because 25% of the cost of the house or 20% of the cost of the house has come to you as a subsidy. Therefore buying of the house, not the person who would normally advocate buying a house. But stop saying things like I can't afford because I don't have enough cash. This is the age when you're not complicated your life, nothing has happened. Just don't listen to your mind. It is telling you a lie. You can afford it, go ahead, take it. Or if you're saying I'm not interested in housing and things like that, it is too long term, at least start your SIP with your ATC benefits and pay less tax. Make that start. And for parents, create another fund, keep contributing, show it to the kid as to see what has happened if you had not touched it at all. Your own money you removed from that for a party, for a vacation, for buying a motorcycle, whatever. but this is lying untouched, and see how much is the difference. That's fantastic. Then kids will understand, and once you start contributing to their account, a parallel account, and they see this. If you had started this when they were 7 years old or 8 years old, just keep continuing that. It is not, you convert that from minor to major, and then money can go from your account, your kids' account, doesn't matter, but show them the power of compounding. They learn, because power of compounding is very easy to understand after you have experienced it, but you've lost a lot of time learning about it. So don't question power of compounding. Don't ask whether power of compounding works in equity, works in debt. How does it work in equity when the dividends are so low? It doesn't matter, right? So start a mutual fund, do the amounts, whatever be the amounts, 400, 500 to start with, 5,000 after 3 years, whatever, but start and see the power that the power of habit has. The power of habit is the contribution that you're making, and the power of growth is what is happening in the economy and in the markets, and the fact that you're leaving it untouched will make this into a big, maybe a unicorn. Thanks.